The older generation always said that dogs are inherently spiritual creatures. They can not only sense disasters, but can also sometimes see things invisible to the human eye. If a gentle dog suddenly snarls at air, or a familiar person hackles up, barking non-stop, the owner should watch out. That wasn't bravado. He saw something filthy, very wrong. Geological prospector Chen Yan had always scoffed at such claims. Working with rock data for years, he trusts his eyes, and logic drives him. Until Ping Yan, the gentle, jade-like golden retriever they had raised for 3 years, started to exhibit a series of strange behaviors that couldn't be explained by common sense. The problem was with his wife, Ayan. Ayan was 4 months pregnant, a time when she needed to rest peacefully. Ping Yan had been close to Ayan since he was a puppy, always loving to snuggle at her feet and show his belly to be petted. But about a month ago, the way Ping Yan looked at Ayan began to change subtly. At first, it was wariness. When Ayan was leaning on the sofa reading, Ping Yan would squat a few meters away, tilting its head, staring at her motionlessly, with its ears pricked up and tail hanging low. It didn't look at its beloved master. It studied a stranger, a target to watch and guard against. Call its name, and it answers a half-beat, still late. Then came a low growl. Several times, when Ayan was taking a slow walk in the dining room as per the doctor's advice, Ping Yan would follow just behind her, letting out a deeply suppressed whimper from its throat, as if ground out from the depths of its chest. Its eyes were fixed on Ayan's side, to be precise, on the empty corner of the wall or the air just behind her. The fur on its back was slightly raised. When Ayan stopped, it stopped too. Ayan moved. An unsettling growl followed like a shadow. But when you followed its gaze, there was nothing there but Ayan's own slightly distorted shadow cast by the afternoon sun. Chen Yan and Ayan took Ping Yan to the vet. Exams found him healthy, with no pain or nerve problems. Even the vet was baffled, guessing only that the owner's pregnancy changed her scent and hormones, unsettling the sensitive dog and making it anxious too. The couple reluctantly accepted this explanation, but soon, even stranger things began to happen one after another. Ayan owned soft pale blue cotton slippers. Pregnancy swelling made her wear them often, almost daily. Since some unknown time, the pair of slippers began to move on their own. Always late at night or in the early morning, the couple would find the slippers neatly placed in front of the closed front door. Slipper toes faced the door crack, one left, one right, as if someone might slip them on and step out at any moment now. At first, they thought Ayan sleepwalked, or someone kicked it over. Later, they paid close attention, making sure the slippers sat at the bed's foot and all doors and windows were locked tight before sleep. But the next morning, they were at the doorway again. Until one time, Chen Yan was awakened by a faint noise at 3 in the morning. The bedroom door was ajar. He saw a faint light from the living room, perhaps moonlight, and Ping Yan's sturdy figure moving at the doorway. It very carefully picked up one of Ayan's slippers with its mouth, walked softly to the front door, put it down, straightened it, then turned back, picked up the other one, and repeated the same action. The whole process was silent and so skillful that it made Chen Yan's hair stand on end. After placing them, Ping Yan didn't leave, but curled up behind the slippers, facing the bedroom. Those eyes, faintly glowing in the dim light, stared unblinkingly at their bedroom door, the barely audible whimper still rumbling in its throat. What's he doing? Who are the shoes for? And what's he guarding against? Both Chen Yan and Ayan felt an indescribable chill spreading through the house. Tension rose. Ayan grew hypersensitive, slept badly, always felt exhausted, with chills down her back. Ping Yan's odd behavior worsened. He refused to go near Ayan's belly. Occasionally, when Ayan reached out to pet him, he would jump away in alarm, his eyes filled with panic. Yet, he wouldn't leave Ayan, keeping what he thought a safe distance, tailing her closely. The posture was extremely contradictory, like that of a loyal guard, yet also as if closely monitoring some danger attached to his female owner. They tried staying with relatives for a short while. Strangely, as long as they left their current home, Ping Yan would mostly return to normal and become affectionate with Yan again. But as soon as they came back, the bizarre behaviors would immediately return. They had lived in this house for 5 years and had never felt anything was wrong. The problem didn't seem to be with the house itself, but with Yan, or something he brought with him. Their anxiety and fear grew by the day. They even secretly sought out a so-called expert to take a look. They spoke vaguely of an unsettled fetus spirit or clash. After sprinkling water and chanting, nothing worked. Ping Yan remained the same. The turning point came one weekend afternoon when Yan fell asleep on a lounge chair on the balcony. Soft sunlight. In college, Chen Yan loved photography. At home, she still keeps an old mechanical film camera and a few expired rolls today. On a whim, he wanted to capture this peaceful moment of her pregnancy. He didn't grab his digital camera, but instead picked up that old thing and clicked the shutter a few times at the sleeping Yan. Ping Yan lay curled in a sunny balcony corner, a few meters from Yan, and seemed quietly asleep too then. After shooting, Chen Yan recalled a friend's studio that still develops old black and white film, and sent it there right away. Days later, a friend called, sounding oddly different then. "Old Chen, did this roll of film get damp? One shot seems off." Got the photos back. Most looked fine in the end. Only the one picture of Yan sleeping on the balcony had a problem. Side sunlight slants in, casting a sharp shadow on him. He sleeps calm, serene, belly slightly raised. At rest, the scene should have been warm and beautiful, but Chen Yan's gaze was quickly drawn to a subtle detail in the photograph. Beside his body's main shadow, tied along the shadow at his waist and belly, an extra razor-thin, elongated dark shape appeared, edges blurred. The direction of that shadow did not quite match the contour of his own shadow. It was more like a separate, slender entity, extending from the waist area of his shadow and pointing diagonally towards the ground. Its end disappeared into the pattern of the balcony floor. From that angle on the balcony, no furniture or plant could cast a shadow of that shape. Only one light source. It can't cast overlapping shadows. It was as if another unseen, slender thing was nestled beside him, or perhaps was quietly growing out of him. Chen Yan felt a sudden chill shoot up his spine, and his fingers instantly stiffened. Trembling, he looked to the photo's corner, there where Ping Yan lay curled tight. In sunlight, the golden dog should be a warm, fluffy ball.